What's up, guys? It's your boys Awoki back out with some more of the Chris Watts videos. But in today's video, we are looking at Ronnie and Cindy and their interview. Not much is there, but we're going to look at it. Also, somebody sent me Cindy Watts' shocking messages on 8/14/21. Apparently, this is going to be truly shocking, and we're going to look at it right now with you guys watching at home. So with that being said, before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel by hitting that wiper icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I'm so truly blessed to have all of you guys. I thank you guys so very much. We are going over to a couple channels here. One is Shmida, and the other one is Footsteps of Murder, of course. So with that being said, let's look into the first interview, and then we'll look at some of those Cindy Watts messages as well, and then discuss at the end. So let's take a look. This was on the 12th. After Chris Watts pleaded guilty in murdering his pregnant wife and daughters. So Cindy was never investigated through the police. She was interviewed by somebody else, which I think was Denver7. Ronnie, on the other hand, was interviewed by police, which I have that interview in my interview list. But if you guys want me to look at the Cindy Watts one again, I think we've looked at it once, but more in a different context. So if you want me to look at that one, comment Cindy Watts interview. Let's take a look at this one.
To see him?
No.
Anything about prison?
No, but we got to see him one time. That was that Monday right before the plea deal. That Monday
Right
night.
before the plea deal, and that was it.
These are the parents of Chris Watts, the man who pled guilty to killing his pregnant wife, Shanann, and two kids, Bella and Celeste.
How did he kill her? How did he say he did it when he snapped?
He said he did the same thing that she did to him, that she did to the girls.
His parents went into details about the relationship problems Shanann and Chris allegedly had, but more importantly, spoke about the frustrations with his whole plea.
See, right here, how he was saying...
Kill her. How did he say he did it when he snapped?
He said he did the same thing that she did to him.
Why not say, unfortunately, he strangled them and smothered them? Why did you have to put in there, he did the same thing that Shanann did? Still bringing down Shanann. It's just, and in any context, they're bringing Shanann down. They're belittling Shanann. They're making Shanann look like the bad guy, and then Chris. Like, just say, Chris, or my son, unfortunately, strangled his wife and he smothered his girls. No, he's got a, oh.
She did the girls.
His parents went into details about the relationship problems Shanann and Chris allegedly had, but more importantly, spoke about the frustrations with his whole plea.
Are you guys frustrated with his attorneys here? Are you guys frustrated with the direction they may have put him through?
Yes, I am. I am absolutely frustrated.
We contacted his public defender, but they declined to comment.
Of course.
Think he was coerced at all?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what the public, to me, that all they wanted to do was just save his life. Just save his life. Well, save his life and life in prison, to me, there's no difference. You know, he's going to die in prison, and
Sure is. That man's gonna suffer and die in prison. And I'm glad that it's happening. I don't know. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm glad that man is right where he is. He's going to die in prison. He's going to die alone. And I have no care in the world for saying that. The man took his wife, his two girls, and his newborn son, or not newborn because he was never able to give them the chance to be born. His unborn child, Nico, that could have carried on the family name. He could have had so much enjoyment like I do with my son, with playing with cars, playing with video games, catch outside, and he ruined that all because of a woman.
And there's no telling what will be done to him in prison. And I just want
We can only imagine.
him to fight.
Don't drop the soap, Chris.
I want him to not take this plea deal.
So if he doesn't take the plea deal, he could have been on death row, which in my personal stance, I wish he was on death row. I'm tired of these people, predators, murders, the RAP, I almost said it, the RAPE. If somebody was willing to do that once, I have a feeling that they're going to do it again. Like they always say, once a cheater, always a cheater. Once a murderer, always a murderer. You can't put it past a person that degrades and violates a person's trust by either murdering them, taking their innocence away, as in predators on children, people that do the RAPE because they can't control themselves. It's called get yourself some help. It's just floors me that these people continue to survive and live amongst people that do the same thing as themselves, if not worse or less. They get free health care, free meals, free schooling, not free commissary, but they get commissary. They can get TVs. Certain people do, or certain prisons do. It's just, they're locked up. Apparently, Chris Watts has had a couple girlfriends. He gets the chance of having pictures in his cell when he should not get any pictures anymore. He should not get Shanann. He should not get Bella, Celeste. He shouldn't even get pictures of his family. He should have to remember in his own mind what they look like unless they come visit him. He shouldn't have luxury. He shouldn't have entertainment. He shouldn't have things that make him smile. The man should literally sit in his cell looking at the steel door with his bathroom stall on his left side, completely made of steel, and that is what he gets to look at. It's too comfortable in prison for some of these people. The prison shows that I see, yes, there are some that are completely strict, and I commend them for that. For the people that commit murder and all that stuff, some of them have life or like a luxury life. They can get a kitty that makes them feel better. They can get a dog that can be rehabilitated towards home. Let volunteers do that. I don't think prisoners should be able to do that because it's something that's enjoyable. They should literally sit there and do nothing. Am I wrong? I don't know.
I want him to plead not guilty to the children.
After this interview, the Watts are looking into different legal avenues, even looking at another attorney.
Even if he didn't plead guilty on the girls, with an unborn child, you're terminating a pregnancy early, which is very wrong. You're murdering the wife of the two girls you had. Those two in itself would have given him life. So what's the difference?
Attorney in Denver to take their son's case. But there's been some reaction about all this from Shanann's family.
Are you guys worried about some of the backlash about maybe coming out and speaking on behalf of Chris and what it might do to your guys' relationship, and speaking out like this about a woman who can't defend herself right now?
Oh, I've never heard about this.
Shanann, I mean, you have to get to know her to be around her. Put it that way.
Her family's attorney sent us this statement.
So that was literally saying sugar-coated. Like, the way to get to know Shanann is to be around her. Well, no, duh. But it's just the fact that he says it like that. Like, if you know her, you're going to know how she's like. He's still dogging her, but in a nicer way.
Their false statements, however hurtful and inaccurate, will never alter the truth about Shanann and will never alter the truth about the crimes committed by their son.
Amen.
Her memory and reputation deserves to be protected.
And that's one reason why I'm here, is to protect Shanann. I don't even know Shanann. I've never known Shanann. I've never talked to her. But then there's people who are like, oh, he's so obsessed. He's in love with Shanann. No, that's not why. I want her to be not shamed, not looked at negative, because she didn't do anything. She literally was trying to save her marriage, trying to have a newborn son, have a family. Excuse me, sorry guys. And yet he destroyed it for his own gain. He wasn't thinking about anybody else. She was thinking about Shanann herself. She was thinking about Chris. She was thinking about her 2 girls, her new son, her family. Like, Shanann, I've seen in tons of different videos, she cares about other people. And I feel that she has made me a better person in some of her messages that she's put on Facebook and so forth. And that's all I'm trying to do, is trying to protect her legacy, but also bring Nicole Kessinger forward as well to be interviewed, to hopefully gain that little sliver that there was help. Or like somebody told me today, I can't remember what they say. I'm going to post this in another video, but they sent me this. This person is an attorney. They're up there. As a comment I've posted on other videos that you've made about this case. If I could, and I would, charge NK with premeditated homicide in the 1st degree by proxy on 4 counts at 1 minimum conspiracy to commit multiple homicides in the 1st degree. And then it just goes on to describe it more. But I'm having a lot of judges, attorneys, DAs that are retired have all said that they would charge NK with some type of felony. And yet here we are, nothing done. And yet there's people that are victim blaming Chris and then victim shaming Shanann.
And her family is fully prepared to do so.
I just want to make sure he's doing the right thing.
Yes.
I mean, if he didn't kill.
That he's doing the right thing. Well, you lost that when she was murdered. Or your son murdered her. Doing the right thing. Have you had that talk with Chris before? I don't feel that he has.
Kill the children, I want him to say so. Then let them prove it.
I spoke to a longtime friend of both Shanann and Chris.
So let's prove it.
Who saw the interview. Out of respect of the families, he didn't want to do an on-camera interview, but said both families are hurting and just hope for the family's sake that Chris doesn't continue to fight this and go to trial.
I didn't want them just to save his life or to a life in prison. I wanted them to have a defense. You know, there was a defense there.
Why now? Why are you guys coming out now to speak with us?
Because
this was 5 days after his trial, or not his trial, his what do they call that? His sentencing.
we didn't know about the plea deal. We were not allowed to talk to him about it.
They're frustrated because they say his attorneys.
Look at how he looks at the camera.
Talk to him about it.
They're frustrated.
Look at how he looks. I'm not gonna lie, those eyes are completely blank, completely grotesque, devilish. Just the way he looks at the camera.
Frustrated because they say his attorneys wouldn't let them ask him anything about the case before the plea.
I asked Chris, if you did not do this, do not confess to something you didn't do, and she shut me down. She completely shut me down.
And just like everyone else, his parents have a lot of questions after he confessed to killing Shanann, claiming he saw her strangle one of the kids.
He said, I'm sorry, I went into a rage, and I
No, he
killed
didn't.
her. And he said, I am so sorry. He says, I've ruined your life. I've ruined my life.
Well, he told me, he said, Dad, I could not put the girls with her after what she did. He said I could not put them with her.
And so instead of putting the girls with her, he decided
To put them in oil tanks so that their skin was slipping off their body, and their little outfits and underwear and pull up were saturated in oil, and they had to be completely enclosed in their coffins because they couldn't be seen, and that they could have possibly started on fire or exploded. Yeah, he was really rooting there for his daughters being thrown away like last year's trash. What? That's just such an idiot question or response that they're going to give.
put them into
The oil tank, which I still don't understand.
I don't understand that either. He's not a sociopath. He's not a psychopath.
A question his parents have
I think he is.
What was the trigger to cause all this to happen? Something I asked when I interviewed
NK.
him when she was reported missing.
Did you guys get into
I wonder if you could see his phone.
To happen. Something I asked
I was hoping like you could see like NK's face on it or something.
when I interviewed him when she was reported missing.
Did you guys get into an argument before she left?
It wasn't like an argument. We had an emotional conversation.
Boom. That when I heard that the first time, I was like, "Yep, he did it."
But I'll leave it at that.
Because she was leaving him or he was leaving her?
He was leaving her.
He just said he wasn't in love with her anymore. He said,
Because
Look how she does that.
Leave it at that.
Because she was leaving him or he was leaving her?
He was leaving her.
he just said he wasn't in love with her anymore. He said,
Because both Shanann's family and Chris's family are in pain, his parents just want the truth about what happened.
The Watts family knew. Chris Watts did tell his parents that he was leaving Shanann. I know it.
If this actually happened like like they're saying that it did, that he killed them, then what was the trigger?
if he didn't kill the children, I want him to say so. Then let them prove it.
They're just pleading for the truth from their son.
There's a whole lot of unanswered questions about the case, how everything, to me, everything happened too quick there.
It did.
From a case status thing to a plea.
If he's saying you didn't kill the kids, why do this plea deal?
I have no
The
idea.
only reason I could think of, he's trying to, for our family and her family,
Yeah.
not to have to go through a trial, long drawn out trial.
It has been so overwhelming, and I feel like I have to do something to help my son. I need to do something. If he's not going to fight, I want to fight for him.
For what?
Yeah.
Hi, Vey. So this is Cindy Watts' shocking messages in chat of 08-14-21. So I've never seen this to begin with. I'm not going to put the audio or the music here because I don't want copyright reasons to take down the video. So let's just take a look at it. Comments made on True Scam Live. What Cindy says will shock you. So Cindy Watts. So do we know that this is Cindy Watts on YouTube? Chris will never cooperate. I know Chris, and if we were ever threatened, he will never speak up. Interesting. See, the next one is, boom. I would never have come on this channel if Tammy wasn't a friend. What? I can't see he could have murdered his family. I know him. Do you? He's gentle. He ain't no gentle. He said what he said in Wisconsin to stop it. He is a prisoner and didn't have rights. He told them what they wanted to hear and what he heard. Okay. No, he didn't. Never mind. I'm not even going to go there. I never knew Shanann was anything but working at dirty. Really? No one would talk to me. We've asked for DNA on Nico. We've asked for his phone. Nothing. Why would you need to ask for DNA on Nico? Nico was his. The and this was the day after they went missing. Are you kidding? What a... Oh, I'll let it switch. Okay. We wanted to talk again to the public defenders, but no one would talk to us. We have tried, but nothing happens. You have to have influence or money. There is something very wrong in this case. Yeah. Your husband or your son and the girl that he was doing stuff with. That's literally the only thing I could probably agree with on Cindy with this, is that there's something wrong with this case. That's probably the only thing I agree with. Okay, let's see what's next. He did break up with her. He didn't break up. It's of a divorce, it's called. It's not like boyfriend, girlfriend. They're actually in a legal marriage. So yeah. That night he chose his family. That night he chose his family. What does that mean? This is the day after they went missing. What does that mean? Something went wrong. No. What can I say? Very interesting. And she's talking in minute intervals. Sorry. No one cares. Oh, Chris is in prison and is not trying to get out. Oh, the year. Okay, I see that. Okay. This is not after the day they went missing. Okay, I was looking at the year wrong. So no one cares. Wow, Cindy. Man, I was an idiot. I didn't even read that right there. The 21. I thought it was 18. Wow. When Chris had nothing to live for, he wouldn't care. When Chris had nothing to live for, he wouldn't care. He told us. What? His family was gone and he didn't care anymore. I'm not trying to implicate anything, but these messages seems like somebody is just my opinion, just throwing that out there. They kind of don't make sense. His family was gone and he... Huh? That's another thing I agree with. Where's NK? It's all too much. They are people involved that are powerful. Like, what are we talking about? Law enforcement? Government officials? Man, she's talking on this live for quite a long time. Let's see what's next. Oh, that looks like it's it. Well, that was pretty suspicious in those messages that I've never seen before. And that was on on August 14th, 2021. Comments were made on a True Scam Live. What Cindy says will shock you. Like, I'm reading the comments here and they're just, there was a plan with NK. talk about delusional. When somebody kills 4 people, that's called a serial. Well, it kind of is. Very interesting. I definitely would love to know your guys' thoughts on this when it comes to this, the messages and the, I mean, it's not really an interview. We didn't really get the whole thing, which would be interesting to say the least if I could get all of it. But again, I would surely love to know your guys' thoughts, your opinions, and so forth like that. And don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe for more. Don't forget to go over to the channels Footsteps of Murder and Shamida. Links are in the description again. And we will see you guys in the next video. Please take care. Be safe. And as always, keep nerding on. And we will see you guys in the next video.